Welcome to part 4 of restoring the 1963 Ford F100. In this episode, we're going to be removing the body off of the frame. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be disconnecting what we can see from the engine side of the firewall, and then we're going to move to the inside. Change of plans, actually. Instead of pulling off all the wiring first, I'm going to actually leave the wiring with the cab and then pull it later. So we're going to have to work on disconnecting all of whatever's connected to this harness to the engine. Alright, so that's the clutch disconnected. And I think we just have brake light wiring, the speedo cable, brake line to the master cylinder, and a ground strap. All right, so that should be everything minus the speedometer cable and the taillight wiring being disconnected. So we're gonna get this thing up on the lift, get out the body mount bolts, the speedo cable, and oh, I also forgot the fuel line. That changes things a little bit. I gotta figure out how to disconnect the fuel line while I'm down there. I know it runs to the top of the tank in the back, but I need to know if there's a disconnect fitting down below as well. Because I'll disconnect it from the top to prevent it from bubbling out, and I'll just plug it and then disconnect it from the bottom so that way it just lifts off with the cab. So let's get this thing rolled forward. Make sure that the other lift lock is unlocked. Yep, that's why I'm not hearing it click. Those are the wires that are running all the way back there. And then you have your speedometer cable right here, which needs to be disconnected. What I'm thinking is that we just disconnect the parking brake from this clip here. We'll take out this cotter pin right here, and then the pin that holds the lever in, and then we'll just disconnect it from the hook. We'll pull the hook out of this bracket. I definitely think that we got to start on tail lights though. Let's start back here. We're just gonna unplug and unplug, and then cut from right here, and then run all of these wires back up to the front. Pop 1, 2, and then we're just gonna cut this right here where it's at the connector. Nice. So now we're just gonna run this all the way back to the front. We're just gonna pull it through. And now we just gotta feed it through. So there is the brake light wiring. Next, let's get up here and we're gonna take apart the e-brake. I keep saying e-brake. No, it's a parking brake. So boom, just like that, the e-brake is disconnected. I keep saying e-brake. Parking brake. I don't think I figured out the part of how I'm gonna get that through the frame though. Because I can't angle it enough to fit it through the other side. Because I have a feeling that when I try to take an Allen wrench to that, it's not going to work out so well. It's just going to strip. But you know what? Give me a reason. Give me a reason to cut this thing. Well, we're going to try an Allen wrench on there. Don't know what size it is yet. I figured I'd get there eventually. I was about to say, if it was, oh, wow, that actually came apart really easily. So what's holding the cable? Oh, there's a second one. There's a second Allen key or set screw holding this thing together. This one's just caked full of everything. But it popped right loose. All right, well, that's the bar and everything out now. So I think next it is popping out the clip that holds the e-brake to the frame mount. Right there.
That comes out really easily.
But that boot is just so swollen, I don't know if it's gonna come out nicely. Oh, but it sure as well slide down. The e-brake cable is disconnected, so wiring is disconnected, e-brake cable is disconnected. I think all we got left is the speedo cable, which we'll do next. Fuel line after. So you can see this big curved cable is the speedo cable, which I don't know how nicely this is gonna play. Grab some penetrating fluid, try and lubricate it because right now the whole cable is spinning and we need just actual like threaded part to spin by itself. Like this. Easy. It's just so much junk on this transmission. And boom. And I think, yep, it's just sitting in here. All right, so now I think we have one clip up there for the speedo cable. So next what we're gonna do is take out the 4 nuts that are 3/4 inch for the body. And then I think everything, or then I think that we can bring this thing down. We'll do the bed later. But we'll get everything sprayed with some penetrating fluid right now. And you guys saw I did this already, but never hurts for a little bit more. All right, so about an hour and 15 minutes later, I think I've done it. I think we're ready to go up. Shifter will clear. All right. And the body's off the truck. So I guess the real question is now, what am I gonna do with it? I don't know yet. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What I think we'll do is we'll shove all the wiring and stuff into the cab. Like the parking brake cable, these wires. I mean, this will probably just shove through the steering column hole. This is all temporary because we're going to be doing the majority of our work onto the frame and motor and transmission itself. And then a lot of the work that's being done to the body is going to happen in the garage. So what I'm thinking is I might clear the dirt that's blocking me temporarily. Just like rearrange some stuff and then maybe roll the frame forward with the bed. And then we can grab some stands, some rollable stands, and then strap the body to the stands and then put it somewhere. I don't know where yet. But probably like right outside the gate or something. So we'll figure it out. We always do.